aside from sharks, which we've been speaking about for most of the interview, what are some other issues that are affecting our oceans that we might not be aware of?
Yeah, gosh, there's simple ones like just simple debris and pollution through your plastics that when you throw them away, they're not really going away. They're either ending up in...
They don't disappear.
They don't just disappear. They end up in a landfill, and a lot of times they end up in the ocean. So the rivers carry them out to the ocean. And that plastic bottle that you just had that was carrying your water is now being broken down by the sun, and it's breaking into these little teeny brittle pieces that birds and fish are eating, and it's really causing havoc on that part of the ecosystem. And that's an easy one. We can recycle. We can use non-plastics, and there's a lot of ways around that. That's one.
Yeah. Then there's there's a couple of pollution, like Peter mentioned. Sharks, for example, that's around species loss. Yeah. And then and predator loss. Then we have climate change, which is a big one. And we always think with climate change that it's so vague, but when you start breaking it down into what it actually means, one of the things it means for the ocean is an ocean acidification, where the ocean actually stops working as a carbon sponge, which it does. The ocean is actually our biggest carbon sponge. We always think it's the rainforest, but it's in fact the ocean. So it creates more of the oxygen we breathe than any other organism. And with ocean acidification due to climate change, it stops being able to do that. And also, the critters in the ocean start dying. It's actually a calcification process. So everything that has an exoskeleton becomes completely worn away. So climate change is a big one. And, when we're talking about that, then our behavior really does play a role, in all the ways we can try and not affect that, because we have to just all agree that climate change is real. It's not a fad.
It's a real thing.
It's a real
thing.
It's happening, no matter what certain, people would like to say because they're afraid of the consequences. It is a real thing.
Now, anyone watching this video who wants to find out more about the I Am Water Foundation, how can they do that?
Absolutely. So we're on most social media platforms, and on Facebook, it's I Am Water Trust. On I Am Water Ocean Conservation Trust on Facebook, on Twitter I Am Water Trust, and online iamwaterfoundation.org. So yeah, please find us and follow us, because we're having a lot of fun projects starting this year that'll be able to engage different members of the public and get involved in our projects.
Yeah, and we're also having volunteer trainings too. So we're doing a lot of outreach projects for people that can help volunteer at our project as well.
Who can volunteer?
Yes,
you can. Yeah. Anybody who wants to be involved in something that really affects change. So we'll be needing people in the water, because as soon as we're working with kids in the water, we have a ratio of maximum 3 kids to 1 experienced swimmer. So anybody who knows how to swim can help.
And if you want to get some free dive training, you're welcome to come out, and we'll do that, and then train you how to work with the kids.
So we swap. We train you in free diving. You give your time to help.
That's great. Well, thank you both so much for coming in. It's always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.